morning, everybody. This is Jeff with Thompson's Farmstead Adventures. We're going to be working on just cleaning up a little bit of items here and there. Today is going to be the refrigerant line set covers and repairing the refrigerant line insulation from the chickens and try to find a way to keep them off it. These guys right here, they like to hang out, and that was my lines were insulated. You can see the areas that they didn't touch is because there's tape on it. So I bought this cork tape that I'm going to put on there and redo it. And this was my idea of a refrigerant line set cover. California, hold on, planes flying over, kind of a cool sight. Might be an air show around here, but these guys are not. They're old. Those guys are old, like 1940s and 50s. I don't know the actual name of it, but you can see the stars underneath them. You know how underneath the wings they have the stars and stuff back in the 40s, I believe. Anyways, since I'm limited being out here in the country with supplies and stuff, and also out here I don't have my my HVAC contractor's license. So anyways, a bit windy. Hopefully you guys can hear me well. I'll have to see if I can buy other accessories and make this thing sound better. But what I'm doing here is I'm doing a wood one, because normally a two-piece line set cover or even a one-piece line set cover always has an opening at the bottom where rodents can get in. Now most guys will foam it, you know, and they'll try to find something that I think they have rodent foam out there in a can, but it's always best if you shove a bunch of steel wool up inside of it and then foam it. That way, if the rodents do get past the foam, they still, you know, have to get through the steel wool, and you fluff it all up and shove it inside. But since I'm running two line sets, and this is all temporarily hooked up as far as the electrical and low voltage, because it was getting hot and I needed to hurry up and get it done. But basically, where you're seeing down here, I have a wooden plate that I drilled through, so that way when I stick it up there and I screw it into the side of my side panels on each side and also the front, I'm going to use these little tiny screws that are called I think they're pinhead screws. They're really small heads on them, so you can't see them that well. So I'm going to screw it all together, of course have it painted. Disconnects are going to go right in that area where it's arm reach. Alrighty, well, it's getting a little windy for me to basically talk through all this stuff here, so I guess what I'm going to do is just kind of show you the before and afters. Alright, I wanted to spare you the boring details of me doing this here, so just give you a little bit as I go along. Alright, well, here they are, all wrapped up with the aluminum foil. Don't normally use this tape outdoors. This is the first time I've had it put aluminum tape on refrigerant lines. Now, we've used aluminum jackets before. Just to let you guys know, I've got my disconnects ready to go on. You see the screws here, the wires are getting ready to come out. These are my sideboards to go on the outside, or right and left side of the line set cover. Everything's lined up. Lines are insulated with that aluminum tape. Like I said before, I don't know if it'll work. I've only used it for indoor purposes. I'm not sure if it'll work for outdoor. The wind's a bit much. Let me see if I can block the wind a little bit. When you come back, disconnects will be on. The whips will be hooked up to the unit. Now everything will be put together except for the face of this. Alrighty. Take a look at what's been done. Disconnects are on, line sets are taken care of. I still need to add a little bit of refrigerant Ribbitex on there. Not a big deal. Lines come down. Started here with one hand. Got my pull boxes in here right now. It's in the off position, and using my dual element time delay. So. what's nice about those, they do come off. So all right, so here we go. Let me get the stuff off the air conditioners. I need to go plug in the furnaces, because you always unplug the furnaces when you're working with the low voltage side. Excuse me. The reason is if you end up touching the wrong wires, you end up shortening out the circuit board if it doesn't burn out the fuse first, a little 5-amp fuse on the circuit boards. Alrighty, let's see if we pass or fail. Bedroom on. Alright, we got power. Oh, that was good timing. Scared me. Always a good sound though. Alright, see, this is what I meant, you know, covering up the tape. Now the chickens can't get to it. And then curly cue it here, so that way there's a little extra. I do it on both units. You can see it here. Push it back inside so when I put the cover on it, it doesn't get pinched by the areas here. Can't tell if you see it from the flat parts here. The chickens, we'll back up here. If the chickens destroy the aluminum or weather does, then I'll figure something else out. Right now, this is the best I'm going to do. So I'm going to take the break, come back, I'm going to Dremel that bottom piece so it sits flush, measure the width of this, I'll paint the front cover of it after I cut it and trim it and do what I got to do to it, put all my other tools away, and call it done. Done! Remember that? Get all my stuff picked up. Well, I thank you for joining me.